we go. Rating all of the games that I've ever done speedruns for the past 13 years, including the most recent one in there, Indiana Jones. This is purely on the speedrun. Nothing about the casual experience influences this. This is how I feel about my time running it. And not like... Some of these I haven't touched in a long time, but I still like watch the runs for. It's not on that, just my time running the game. And what I think about it. Amnesia Rebirth. I think, really cool run. The thing holding it back from being an A is the birthing part, but I think overall it's a solid B tier run. Pretty happy with it. We did do this ranking back in November 2023. I'm not looking at to figure it out, but I am going to compare afterwards where I rated that stuff, because I want to see if things have changed since then. Amnesia the Bunker. This is an A. Because it's got several different categories. It's still really fun to do, even though it's RNG and random. Like the shell shock difficulty is pretty cool. And overall, just I kind of vibe with it. The only problem is it's short. Just kind of stopping it from being out of the S. Another Crab's Treasure. I did run this for a little bit, like a week. I think it had some cool stuff, some cool tech. Even if the devs think some of the strats are lame ass. I'm not sure exactly where I would place it, mainly because of the final boss. So one of the things I got banned in the category that I was running is invincibility on the final boss. So you actually had to learn the final boss, and it was really awful. I think eventually they did allow for invincibility back in that challenge, but for that alone, I'm gonna put in D. So that's a final boss kind of moment. But so I had to allow it. Yeah, that's fine and good, but when I was running it, it wasn't. So, actually, I think right as I end it, it was. No, I think the only reason I have an actual PB is because I could do that, and it's the only run where I managed to do the invincibility thing, right? I think the only reason I have a time in this game is because of invincibility. It was like, I got it, and I was like, I don't want to do this anymore, and stopped. This might go up. I'll have to think about it. We'll see. Amnesia, A Machine for Pigs. This is an A tier run. So casually speaking, it's a little bit different. S. There's a couple things stopping it from being an S, which is mainly the downtime. And it S for more pig. There's also this list isn't, it's got a little asterisk by it. So I said it's everything I've run. Some of the DLC I couldn't find a good thumbnail for, and I didn't feel like making one, so I got a little lazy. So not every DLC is on here. And some of those we're just gonna fold into the main game, because like how the category works. Like Trepang's Blade Kisser DLC, I never did runs of just the DLC. They're part of the game, so we're gonna mash a couple things together, okay? But I mean, I don't think anyone's gonna complain about it. Minerva's Den, as a DLC, S. One of the best DLCs of all time. As a run, especially now as a run, it's kind of a C. The bot clips, while cool, are very frustrating. That's it at least. Goddamn bot clips. Okay, so Barrel at Sea 1 and 2 are getting folded together. Trying to think through both. There's always been this problem with Barrel at Sea where like the keybinds are a little annoying. They don't actually like fully work the way they should. There's a lot of downtime in 2. I want to put this in C. I think. Fear. So Fear is an interesting one because I really like the route now. Like, I like watching these and I should get back into this and get a PB. But when I ran it, I ran the unpatched version of the game, which was quite different. It's just not faster anymore, it turns out. And it's a little janky, the unpatched version. I think this is like a B. It's a run that I would still want to kind of do here and there. I just don't know the current route. Like, I'd have to sit down and learn patched before I could do runs of it again. I think that's the big distinction here between B and C. B's like, I would still run this like once a month or something. Like, I still run Rebirth quite a bit. I'd still want to run Fear. These are like, on special occasions, I'll break these out and want to do. These, like, it was fun, but I don't really ever plan on doing it again. F's like, I hated this. And Unrankables, just, I can't rank it because different reasons, but there's only a few of those. Murder Soul Suspect, this is like a D. It was fun. I think they have a cutscene skip mod now or something. I think I've heard that there's like a way to cut out the downtime. But once again, I didn't run it with that. There was a fuck ton of downtime. But yeah. My Friendly Neighborhood. Cause I ran a version of this that wasn't necessarily great. I think it was a fine run. This is like a C for me. I think the other categories, especially the run at SGDQ that Slighton did, was really fun to watch. But once again, my experience running it. This definitely could have been a B. All right. This is a no-brainer. Anyone who's ever heard me talk about speedruns should know exactly where Ori and the Blind Forest is going. It's here. Spoilers, nothing's gonna beat that. And this is because of the randomizer. I can't put the word randomizer on here. I could have if I photoshopped it, but honestly, yeah, I need a tier above this too. Add a row above. I'll make it like purple or something. Oh shit. I move this up. Make this red. S. This is speedrun of all time. Yep. No, if I could run one game, if I had to run one game for the rest of my speedrunning career, it'd be Ori and the Blind Forest Randomizer. The reason we don't do this on stream is just because it does not make for a good streaming experience. It's not good for viewership. But I love everything about this. Alright, the Penumbras have the same DLC issue. So this is, I believe, Necrolog, which is going to include Necrolog, Twilight Archaic, and Prisoner of Fate. Because they're all under the same umbrella. This is like a B. Hey, no. Not Necrolog. Necrolog has some really janky skips that are just kind of annoying to do, which is why we don't really break them out too often. Penumbra, I believe this is Requiem. Requiem's an A. Requiem's a solid A. Okay. So we have two praise. I think I meant for this one to be Moon Crash. I think this is supposed to be Moon Crash. Moon Crash is an S. Moon Crash is very, very high as far as S's go. I also don't remember if I'm on tier list. Did I mention it in the tweet? Didn't bother ranking within each tier. Okay, so we're not going to bother ranking within each tier. Got it. Cube. Ooh, where does this one go? This is a fun run. I think I had an issue with this from a technical standpoint where I couldn't do runs anymore. Like there's a frame rate thing and I never looked into it. Yeah, Pre-Moon Crash is a randomizer light. It's not quite a randomizer, but it's pretty damn close. Like it's the next step there. All right, RuneScape. This is unrankable. That's our first unrankable. Because I kind of forced a speedrun into this. Just kind of made it my own thing to have fun with it. For the sake of it, which is why it's unrankable. Not like a true thing to do. Sulaco. This is a B. Kind of like when we talked about this in the casual stuff, it's not a full game yet, so this is going to change. And then I have a little gripe because they patched out the only skip that I found. So not too happy about that. And Sulaco, yeah. Sprawl, easy S. Sprawl's fucking amazing. Super underrated. Casually and as a run. Sprawl's one of the greatest. Super Stickman Golf 2, a run we've not seen for a very long time. This is kind of unrankable too, to be honest with you. Super Stickman Golf 2 was kind of a thing we just did to do, and not like an actual serious thing, but a really fun chill game. Goated run for sure, just unrankable. System Shock Remake. System Shock Remake. Shots for that now? Oh, absolutely not. I didn't remember the shots for it when I ran it. That was basically a blind run every time I did it. Yeah, I think that's a D. So D's kind of it was fun while I did it, but I never really plan on doing it again unless there's a big route change and it's like enticing. It has some cool tech with the time travel stuff, but it's just really obnoxious, and then the final boss sucks. As cool as the game is casually, I don't think it makes for a great speedrun to really do. Transference. This is a run we've not done in a very long time. I think it's a D. Wasn't really any tech to it. It was just kind of a cool game. I don't think it's an F. I mean, it's basically just like a fast casual playthrough. Once again, we might change stuff after I get some more stuff in the tier list itself. Okay, White Day. This image is for the remake. I ran the 2001 original. I just didn't have a thumbnail for it, so. I think this is a C. I actually kind of thought about going back and running the original after playing this. So I was like, maybe I'll bring it back. But it's a technical nightmare to get running, from what I remember. It's like a Korean only release, and you gotta do some stuff in Windows to have it playable. Amnesia the Bunker's on the list twice. I don't know why it's on the list twice, but I'm just gonna drag this to the bottom. I've not done a White Day run in like a decade. Okay, so unless you were here a long time ago, it's like would not have seen it. Angerfoot. Like a D. As much as I hate to say that, so I did kind of think about bringing this out again and working on it, possibly submitting it to HDQ, but the reason I didn't is if you go and watch Any Percent now, it has the energy drinks routed in, and it is just so nauseating to watch. And I wasn't a big fan of the low FPS clips that I found. but it was like kind of alright. Like once again, this is like, it was fun while I did it, but I don't ever imagine myself doing it again. This is like maybe a high D, possibly a low C, but yeah. Origami. This is a run I think about quite a bit. Cause it's like fun, and I feel like I should remember the route and maybe get a PB in it, but I never actually want to play it again. I think it's pretty cool though. There's another very high D, very low C. I'm gonna put it in C. Because there is still a chance I bring this out someday. I also need to play the DLC and Origami 2 at some point. It's our long list of things to do. Atomic Heart. Well, okay, no, okay. Man, this is where DLC fucks it. The main game is here. The base game is F, as far as a run goes. The Trapped in Limbo DLC was actually pretty fun to run. Ugh. The DLC absolutely fucks this rating up. I mean, just for that, I have to bump it up to a D. If I had a separate one, it would be base game down in F, Trapped in Limbo in C. Well, yeah, I didn't run the first DLC at all. I did not touch that bad boy. Call of Duty Black Ops 3. This is F tier. This is almost unrankable, but ran this for a little bit, co-op. Found a bunch of out of bounds, but none of them were useful, which was super depressing. Not a great run. Dishonored 2. I think it's a B. Yeah, I think that fits in with the Bs. Ultimate Doom. Man, the OG Dooms are hard to rate. Cause they're runs that I still will work on, especially when the Dark Ages comes out. But they're just so fucking stressful. Might be in C. We might be seeing a lot of classic Dooms in C. Fear 2. It's another game that, like, kind of like Origami, I kind of think I should break out and relearn and do more. So I wouldn't mind doing a Fear Trilogy run at some point, even though Fear 3 is trash. Yeah. I almost need a different tier between these two. Alright, the Fears the Fathom games, even though Fears the Fathom 4 is down there for some reason. Alright. Which one is this? Is this? Okay, this is Carson House. Let me just do Home Alone first. Home Alone's a D. It's too short. It's like a third of the runs waiting around. Norwood Hitchhike has some cool tech, but it's a lot of driving. A. I think if any of the Fears to Fathom runs are an A. Carson House. It's got a lot of waiting around. Has soft lock potential. The run that I did for RuneScape 3 were the Elite Dungeons. So Elite Dungeon 1, 2, and 3, all back to back. That's what I did. Home Alone, I'm actually move the F. Wait, I need a different tier between these. Let's just see. These might all be C. I don't know. Like, I don't think Home Alone's as good as the other two. I mean, no, they're all kind of the same. And honestly, they're all going to D. It's like I had my fun with them. I don't ever really like. We might break them out just to kind of do on a whim, but like as individual runs and not an anthology. D's kind of like, this is my done tier, where I'm kind of done with these games. I like this slope we got going on right now, though. Ghostwire Tokyo. Yo, Sladen. This kind of... Did this fail as a run? Or is this done? This is a hard one to place. I don't feel like... I feel like this is another D. I am bread. Unrankable. There's too many emotions around I Am Bread, both good and bad. I don't think I can place it fairly on this list. Alright, we're gonna put Indiana Jones last because it's the newest one, and I want to think about everything else before I get to it. Cairo, fun little puzzle game. Where would I put it? This might be a C. I don't know. I really need a tier between these two. I don't want to move these lower, but I don't want to move this higher. Oh hey, look, it's legendary going in unrankable. Legendary, much like I Am Bread, is just it's not fair to put on this list. It's a run of all time. Like I can't rank this. Okay, once again, this is my experiences running the game and not the run overall, because Mirror's Edge is a goated S tier run. But my experience running it is like S, or not C. Not S, it is C. That's what I should say. Because I do think about, I could get a PB in this game. Like, I wouldn't mind just going back to this run. But watching it and other people doing it, it is much higher. It is an S plus run for sure. Molten Mad Jack is a D for me. Once again, my experience. I don't know. It's a visually stimulating run that, like, it's cool. I just don't ever really feel like doing it again. Naissance. This is kind of like Cairo, but worse. I'll put that there. Outlast. Mainly no out of bounds. Although it has a bit of any % mixed in when I think about it. I think this goes in C. Because it's a very high C. This is almost B, but I don't like it as much as the games on this list. Penumbra Black Plague is a B. The trials. The trial section is what makes that not great. Penumbra Overture, S. I love me some Penumbra Overture. Love it, love it, love it. Phantom Abyss, once again we're talking about how sad it is this game doesn't have any updates since it came out, which is super sad. Where would I place this? I mean, it is in the done section. I think I like it more than those though. Like if this got more updates at some point and they added more content, I would definitely pick that back up. Prey 2006. Man. This is another between C and D. Because I do think I should go back and get a PB in this game at some point. But I don't remember the route enough to actually pick it back up, and I think there's some setup stuff that's really janky to do. There's also a lot of waiting around. Oh, man. With every game I add to either of these categories, I feel there needs to be something between these. We might adjust that. Alright, Prey 2017, not Moon Crash. I guess we count the randomizer for this as well. I didn't think about the randomizer runs for this either. I think C? I think? That feels so weird to put those two together. That is Quantum Conundrum. Ooh. I do love me this run. This run is really good. This is a hard placement, man. I'm gonna put it for A. We might change that. Rise of the Tomb Raider. Let's see. Soma. So B. This probably would be higher if it wasn't for the elevator section. The elevator section weighs this down a lot. You speedrun tries to beat Quantum Conundrum. Really wanted to learn the proper speedrun for it. I love Quantum Conundrum. It's just like, it's also a run that like I've had my time with. Like I did so much in this game for so many years where I don't ever really feel the need to run it again, but I still love it. So it feels weird putting in an S for that reason. So like these are runs that I would still love to do. I just have other projects to work on. But I just love this game so much that The Turing Test. Ooh. I think this is a D for me. Which once again, this is higher than the D's, but it's not a C. So I don't ever feel like going back to this game, and the kickflips are the reason for that, especially the last kickflip, but it's a really good run. I really like it. Tomb Raider 2013, the game I will be doing at AGDQ. Hey. I really like this run. I have some problems with Shantytown and a couple other things. But I really like it. It's an A. Trepang 2 S. I love Trepang 2. Goated run. Wolfenstein 2 The New Colossus. That one pains me. Wolfenstein: The New Order. Let's see. Amnesia: The Dark Descent, S. Very, very high S. One of my favorites of all time, for sure. New entry to the list, one of the more recent games we picked up, Betamax. Which I still would like to mess with all secrets. I did really enjoy this, but it's, as a run, not as a casual game, I think it's C. Because the object hovering is very janky. And it's relatively short. I think it's C. Still want to mess with all secrets though. Dishonored. I don't remember if the cutscene skip mod was out when I ranked this stuff last time. But I think with the cutscene skip mod, I think this is an A. If not, it's a B, but I think I'd put it as an A. Even though I don't run it that much. Without the cutscene skip mod, I think it's a B. Dishonored, Death of the Outsider, let's put in B. So it's kind of the same as Dishonored too. Doom 64 as a run, D. Fallout 4. We'll make a special category for that one. Final Doom. Oh, Final Doom. Once again, between C and D. I don't like it as much as Ultimate Doom, and I don't hate it as much as Doom 64. But it is another stressful run. I'm gonna put it in C for now. But yeah, we might change that. Resident Evil Village. I think it's a C. F minus tier, yeah. Alright, this is another one that is purely based on my time running it, right? I think Titanfall 2 is a great run. It's got really cool strats. I love watching it. But it just has too much downtime for me personally. Like I've been there, done that. Don't ever really need to pick up the game again. But it's we're putting a category between these two. We'll re-rate everything afterwards. Between these two, there's gonna be there needs to be a separation here. Abslov, End of Gods. As a run? I think this is like an F. This is a D proper. It's not gonna go between the category between C and D, but it's a proper D. Close to the Sun's there with it. BioShock 1. There's actually been some new tech found for BioShock 1 that skips Welcome to Rapture. I just have not had a chance to go back and PB it. I mean, This is another one that's like Quantum for me. Like, I love this game and its run. But it's also kind of like, I've had my time with it. So it's like, I feel like wherever I put Quantum, I have to put BioShock as well. I don't know, okay. BioShock 2 runs, alright, this one's definitely not as good. Persephone. Persephone is the reason behind that. Plain and simple. Deathloop is a run. I need to check Deathloop. I've never gone back to see if I can get this to run properly again, but I really want to. I really like this run. I think this is a B. Like, if I didn't have technical issues, I would have no problem picking that back up. Devilated. This is like a recency bias for me. I feel like it should be an S. I'm gonna put it in A. But yeah, this is like another strong contender for an S. I really like that. Doom 2 was smack next to the others. Doom 3. I'll smack in here. Doom 2016, fucking goated run. Easy S. Same with Doom Eternal. Paperhead Episode 0 as a run. This is kind of a C. Rage 2. This one's another complicated one because I like this run a lot. It just has keybind issues, so I can't actually run it without just being frustrated the whole time. Because one of the vehicles that you need for the run for New Game Plus does not recognize rebound keys properly, so it's really fucking annoying to fly. And you need to fly it a lot, so this is purely based on my time running the game, and this is probably gonna go in the in-between tier. Resident Evil 7, where to put Village? It's in at an in-between tier. The Old Blood. What the other Wolfenstein? Wolfenstein the Youngblood. Not the Youngblood, but the Youngblood. This one's interesting because it's fun co-op, but I had a lot of issues with co-op. My internet kept dying and finding time to do it, which is just a co-op thing in general. And then solo sucks. I think this is a D for me. BioShock Infinite. I think so. I think it's a standalone game's a B, just because of downtime. There's just too much waiting around for it to be any higher. Call of Juarez Gunslinger. This is like a C. Well, no, it's a D. This is an in-betweener. Alright. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. So this one has a lot of recency bias. So I've literally spent the last week running it. I think it's an A. But it's gonna, it might change drastically by the next time I rate. Just based on what's found. But as the route stands now, and how I'm enjoying it, I think this is a solid A. And I think it's headed towards being an A. Overall. Okay. Amnesia the Bunker is already on here. I don't know why I have it twice. I just copied an extra file. Let's make some, I'm just gonna put this in F. Add row above. Make that green, I guess. Oop. Like, I don't want to drop these to F, but like, how do I put something in between? Do I make these S plus? Maybe we just do this. Maybe this is what we needed to do. Okay. And so let's see. What are we gonna adjust here? Okay, let's put C, Cairo. Put the dooms in here. That in there. I forgot what I was going to put in different tiers. Resident Evil there. Let's move Titanfall 2 up a notch. I should have had this from the start because now it's, I'm finding it hard to distinguish things here. Re-rank everything. Trapped in Limbo definitely fucks up Atomic Heart. Think I'm kind of happy with this stuff. Can't see anything else I'd want to move. Maybe Mirror's Edge down. This one's hard for me to judge because, like, I feel like it should be C, but like, just my enjoyment of watching the run, I'm like, I don't know. That doesn't influence things, but it kind of does. I'm gonna move the Fears to Fathoms up. I think this is fair. All right. Unless I think of something and change my mind, I think that's my updated lists. I'm kind of curious where I'm not leaking anything if I grab this in my. I wanna compare this to tier list I did before. It's a pretty solid list. Said some of the DLCs either aren't on here because I didn't find thumbnails for them included in other ones or something like that. So the tier list on the left is the one we just did. Tier list on the right is the one we did last year. Kind of curious if things changed. We still have the top games, S. Okay, yeah, there was some variance between S and A. I am bred on A, just because of, I know Sprawl and Trepang last year I didn't feel right rating as S because they were too new. Kind of like how I did Indiana Jones at A, or just regular S this time around. Like maybe it'll get bumped up. That's the same. Everything's kind of shifted up one place because of S+.